In 1997, when Cristiano Ronaldo was a 12-year-old boy kicking a ball around a small island off the coast of Portugal, a group of American cartoon writers accidentally created the most debated sports clip on the internet today. And right now, with the 2026 World Cup happening in real time across the United States, Canada, and Mexico, that 29-year-old cartoon clip is breaking social media all over again. Millions of people are sharing it. Millions more are arguing about it. And the question everyone is asking is the same. Did the Simpsons actually predict the 2026 World Cup? By the end of this video, you'll know the full story, the real episode, the actual facts, the genuinely shocking Simpsons predictions that did come true, and the truth about this specific claim that most viral videos are too scared to tell you. Because the real story here is more interesting than the prediction itself. Let's start with what actually happened, because most people sharing this clip have never seen the original episode. The claim is based on a scene from a Simpsons episode called The Cartridge Family, which aired on November 2nd, 1997. In the episode, a TV commercial promotes a football match between Mexico and Portugal to decide which nation is the greatest on earth. That's it. That's the entire clip. A fictional TV advertisement in a fictional town called Springfield, promoting a fictional football match between two real national teams. The episode did not specify the year of the event. It did not mention FIFA. It did not mention the World Cup. It did not mention 2026. And it did not mention a final. But here's what makes this fascinating. The clip went viral before 2018, then again before 2022. Identical screenshots were shared during both the 2018 and 2022 World Cups, and the prediction didn't come true either time. Now it's back for 2026. Same clip, same claim, new tournament. The internet just keeps recycling it every 4 years, like clockwork. But wait, there's something the viral posts always skip over, and it completely changes the context. The episode's actual subject had nothing to do with football or any sports tournament. The real topic of The Cartridge Family was gun control and America's weapons culture. The football match in the opening minutes is simply the setup, the thing that gets Homer Simpson interested in owning a gun for home protection after a riot breaks out in the stadium. The writers didn't pick Mexico and Portugal because they had some vision of the future. They picked two teams to make a joke about international sports tribalism. Any two nations would have worked. They happened to choose those two. And in 1997, that choice was genuinely strange. Portugal were not considered a global football superpower at the time. They had failed to qualify for the 1990 and 1994 World Cups entirely. When the episode aired, they had also just missed out on qualifying for the 1998 World Cup. Mexico was strong regionally, but had never gone beyond the quarter-final stage of any World Cup. Neither team was the obvious pick, which is exactly why the internet finds it spooky, and exactly why the writers probably just chose them for novelty. Two unexpected nations for a throwaway joke about sport and national pride. Social media users attached the claim that this was a World Cup final prediction, including the year 2026, to a scene that contains none of those details. A real scene was given a false conclusion. Now, here's where this story actually gets interesting, because while this specific prediction is false, The Simpsons has a genuinely extraordinary track record of getting things right. And that track record is why people believe the World Cup claim in the first place. Since its debut in 1989, The Simpsons has produced over 800 episodes. Media scholars note that given the show's longevity and satirical nature, some apparent correspondences are statistically likely to occur, but some of them go beyond statistics. Some of them are genuinely hard to explain. The Trump presidency. In the season 11 episode Bart to the Future, a flash forward shows Lisa as US president, mentioning to her staff that they've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. This aired in the year 2000, 16 years before Trump actually won the White House. The writers named Trump specifically out of every possible name they could have used, and they were right. The Disney-Fox merger. In season 10, The Simpsons showed a 20th Century Fox logo, their own production company, with the line, a division of Walt Disney Co. underneath it. In 2019, Disney acquired 21st Century Fox, making that joke a reality. The Simpsons literally predicted being bought by Disney, years before Disney was buying everything in sight. Smartwatches. In a 1995 episode called Lisa's Wedding, Lisa's fiancé uses his watch to make a video call, years before smartwatches existed. By 2013, voice-activated smartwatches were on every wrist, and the one that football fans should know about. In the episode, You Don't Have to Live Like a Referee, The Simpsons mocked FIFA corruption and had Homer fairly officiate a World Cup where Germany wins, both of which came true shortly after. FIFA corruption became the biggest scandal in sports, and Germany won the 2014 World Cup in the same story. So why does The Simpsons keep getting things right? Al Jean, one of the show's longtime writers, has commented on the phenomenon, explaining that they are really just educated guesses. He said, "If you throw enough darts, you're going to get some bullseyes." Producer Bill Oakley put it even more plainly. There are very few cases where The Simpsons predicted something. It's mainly just coincidence because the episodes are so old that history repeats itself. Think about what that means. The show has produced over 800 episodes. Each episode contains dozens of jokes, references, and satirical observations about the world. Across 35 years, the sheer volume of content means that some of it is going to align with real events. Not because the writers are psychic, because the world is repetitive, because human behavior follows patterns, and because smart satirists who pay close attention to the world are going to anticipate some of where it's heading. It's the same reason a horoscope sometimes feels accurate. The statements are broad enough, numerous enough, and repeated often enough that some of them are going to land. But, and this is the important part, the ones that land perfectly are the ones that get remembered. The dozens that don't come true get forgotten. Nobody makes a viral video about all the Simpsons predictions that turned out to be completely wrong. Now back to Mexico and Portugal, because the mathematical reality of the 2026 World Cup actually makes this more interesting, not less. Mexico have already sealed top spot in Group A at the 2026 World Cup. Portugal are currently one of the strongest teams in the tournament. Both teams are alive. Both teams are through to the knockout rounds. For them to meet in the final, they would need to win 5 consecutive knockout matches against 48-team competition that includes France, Brazil, Argentina, England, and Germany. Every single match a single elimination showdown. Possible? Yes. Probable? No. But here's what makes this moment genuinely electric. Right now, today, with both Mexico and Portugal both still in the tournament, the clip feels real to millions of people. Not because it's a real prediction, but because the tournament is real, the teams are real, and the human desire to find meaning in coincidence is very real. That's not stupidity. That's psychology. We are pattern-seeking creatures. We find meaning where meaning doesn't always exist. And The Simpsons, a show that has been satirizing human behavior for 35 years, understands that better than almost anyone. Here's the truth this video is building toward, and it's more interesting than any prediction. The Simpsons didn't predict the 2026 World Cup final. The episode does not say the match is a World Cup final. It does not mention 2026. It does not confirm any real fixture. A real scene has been attached to a false conclusion. But The Simpsons has predicted real things, important things, uncomfortable things. The Trump presidency, the Disney monopoly, FIFA corruption, the smartwatch. These weren't lucky guesses. They were the product of writers who paid close attention to where the world was heading and turned that attention into satire. That's what makes the show genuinely extraordinary. Not psychic ability, analytical ability. The ability to look at the world clearly, without illusion, and say, this is where we're going. Most of us don't do that. We look at a 1997 cartoon clip and decide a predicted 2026 because we want it to. Because the World Cup is exciting. Because the idea of hidden knowledge is thrilling. Because believing the future is written somewhere, even in a cartoon, is more comforting than believing it's completely unpredictable. And The Simpsons, if it were commenting on this exact moment, would probably make a joke about exactly that. Mexico and Portugal are both still alive in the 2026 World Cup as of today. If they meet in the final on July 19th at MetLife Stadium, it won't be because The Simpsons predicted it. It'll be because two football teams played the best football of their lives on the biggest stage in the world. And that's a better story than any prediction.